Hello and welcome to the neuron function video. In this video I will be explaining how a neuron communicates with another neuron. So right now the membrane potential of the neuron is pony, which means that it's positive on the outside and negative on the inside. Because of this difference in charge, some of the potassium on the inside leaks out and some of the sodium on the outside leaks in. Fortunately, that's why if this was not corrected for, the neuron wouldn't work, but fortunately we have the sodium potassium pump, which takes three of the sodium that leaked in, takes it back out, and 2 of the potassium that leaked out and puts them back in. So this maintains a voltage of negative 70 millivolts, and right at the moment all of the protein channels are closed. But that all changes when acetylcholine joins the party. This causes the sodium stimulus channels to open, which allows a few sodium ions to get into the neuron cell, and that in turn changes the membrane potential to negative 60 millivolts, which is also known as the threshold potential. And at this point, the neuron undergoes depolarization, and the negative 60 millivolts opens up the sodium voltage channels, which are different from the sodium stimulus channels, and it allows even more sodium into this neuron cell. And it also shuts off the sodium potassium pump, which was working really hard to maintain this equilibrium, but now it's off. The membrane potential is now at positive, not negative, 30 millivolts, also known as the action potential. The action potential, that voltage travels down the neuron cell through propagation, and when the action potential reaches the axon terminal, acetylcholine is dumped into another synapse between the current cell and the next cell to start this entire cycle over again. Once that is completed, it repolarizes, meaning it resets the membrane potential. The positive 30 millivolts opens up the potassium voltage channels, which lets all of the potassium out of the cell. It's over here. The membrane potential changes to negative 90 millivolts, and it is now undergoing hyperpolarization. The sodium is now inside and the potassium is now on the outside, which is the opposite of how we started. The negative 90 millivolts turns back on the sodium potassium pump, and it restores the homeostasis. Not homeostasis, I'm sorry. It restores the membrane potential back to pony. And it also closes all of the ion channels and now it is back. Now this neuron cell is back at rest. Thank you for watching.